And there's videos of alleged criminals and gangs celebrating Lula's win. Why is this?
Well, I'll explain something, and many Americans have a hard time believing it when I explain this, but it's pretty much proven by now. In the 1990s, Lula created an organization called the São Paulo Forum, along with Cuban communist dictator Fidel Castro. That organization has mingled with narco-terrorist groups for a long time now. I'm talking about the FARC in Colombia, the ELN in Colombia, armed groups which are actively involved in drug trade. But even before that, if you go back to the 1960s, to the 1950s, drug trafficking criminals on the hard left have been linked in South America for a while now. The topic is very extensive. We could go in depth on it for hours. But to make it short, the left in Latin America has historical ties to organized crime. And Lula has already talked in his government program even about releasing criminals, about reducing the amount of people that are arrested. He has been a historical ally of organized crime, and that is well documented. So I think that's why they're commemorating, because they will probably be acting more. The homicide rate is the less it has been in Brazil for over 10 years under Bolsonaro now. And I think we're likely to see a crime wave in the next 4 years in Brazil.
China's dictator Xi Jinping congratulated Lula on his return, and they look set to rekindle the closer ties Lula had fostered last time he was in power. How do you think Lula's reign could affect Brazil and China's role in the region this time around?
Well, we need a brief history lesson here. China has historically taken Latin America, Africa, and Asia as a foreign relations priority. That goes back to Chinese Marshal Lin Biao, which said the strategy of taking the cities from countryside as applied to China could be applied worldwide. What does he mean by that? In China, Mao Zedong first took the countryside to then get the cities out of food and invade. Lin Biao in China argued the same could be done worldwide. You'd have to get the countryside, that is Latin America, Asia, Africa. After you could get those, you could aim at the cities, namely Western Europe and the United States of America. So traditionally, the third world has been a priority for China. Under Lula, in 2004 specifically, he made deals that enabled China to act strategically in Latin America. Under his presidency, China, prior to 2004, 2003, when he was first president, had about 5% of Brazilian foreign trade. Now it's about a third. That's right, 31% of Brazilian foreign trade in 2021 was related to China. The leverage is just huge.